All right, well, hello. So today we are offering a gift to all of our autoimmune clients. So today joining me is Sophia Blasco, who you may have seen. She is the dancer movements. So she's going to do some dance movements with me, and I'm going to do some of the DMAT program, the Disrupt, Move, and Transform program. And so we're going to combine these things to show you that, yes, with an autoimmune disease, the most important thing that we can do for our bodies is move. So we're going to show some moves. Sophia's going to go first with some warm-up dance moves, and she's going to show them seated and standing. So I'm going to try my best MS ability to not look completely uncoordinated. So here we go, Sophia, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, let's do it. These moves you can modify in any way you need. So I always like to say, find a comfortable position. If that's a standing position for you, go for it. If it's a seated position, like Kathy said, I'll demonstrate both. So the first move we're going to do is called a plie in ballet, and that just means to bend. So if you're standing up, you're going to have your legs slightly narrow, and you're just going to simply bend in your knees. So you're warming up your hip joints, your knees, and your ankles. And we'll just simply do 4 easy bends like that, and I'll count you in with some imaginary music. You can put music on if you're at home. If you're finding this in a seated position, you can feel this bend in your torso. So feel really tall to start, and then feel your spine curving. You can let it go all the way through your head, and then a nice simple stretch. So just nice and easy. We'll do 4 in this narrow position, and then we'll take our feet a little wider and find 4 with a wider squat position. Again, whatever is comfortable for you. If you're seated, just keep it moving in your torso and feel the expansion out the sides of your body. If it's more stable to be here, you can keep it there. Always know that you have the option to hold on to a bar with one or both hands, whatever you need. We're just going to take this really as a nice, easy warm-up. So we'll just follow along. Again, 4 in one position, 4. You can take it a little wider if you're feeling it. And we'll just move all together. So we'll start with this first little exercise. So find that position. Maybe you're holding onto a bar. You can have a hand on your hip. And here we go. Big bend in your legs or your torso. And then big stretch. Feel taller as you press into the floor. Good. Just 3 more. Nice and easy like that. Big bend in your knees. Good. Big stretch up. Beautiful. 2 more just like this. Really start to feel your calves and your ankles warm up as you stretch tall through your spine. 1 more right here. Big bend in your legs. Good. And then big stretch. And then from here, you can walk your feet wider to feel this bend. I'm going to demonstrate this section seated so you can see it. So once again, big bend. Start with that breath. Exhale as you bend your legs or your torso. And then stretch taller. Press down into the ground in your chair. Again. Big exhale as you bend. Big stretch as you come tall. Good. Just 2 more. Really get a little deeper on these last 2 as you bend. Can you go further? And can you stretch taller? The last one, the biggest one you've got. Big bend, 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 bend. And then your biggest stretch right here. Good. Amazing. So we'll keep going. We're going to kind of play with a few different ways to warm up our muscles. So that was the bending and contracting idea. This next one is a stretching idea. So this is a position we call a tendu. Again, seated or standing, this is a move you can feel in your legs or your arm. It's going to be the exact same move. So if we're starting with the right side, it'll be your arm or your leg, whether you're seated or standing. You're going to try to keep your arm and leg super straight, and you're going to brush it straight out in front of you. Good. And then scoop it in. If you're using your toes on the ground, really try to feel them either in your shoe or on the ground, right? We're warming up the bottom of our foot as well. So you can feel this. If you're sitting down, really feel your hand on your thigh and brush it forward, just like your foot is on the floor. So we're mimicking the exact same idea. We're stretching the backside of our body this time. So same easy pattern. We'll take 2 really slow stretches on the right side, and then we'll take 2 really slow stretches on the left side. And then at the end of this little exercise, we're going to kind of keep moving our upper body. We'll just take a big stretch up and over to each side. Again, whatever comfortable for you, seated or standing. We always kind of end our ballet exercises with a little stretch. So nice and easy. Again, arm or leg stretching forward. We'll do the right side, then the left side, and then a little what we call port de bras at the end. So same idea. Feel a comfortable position with your feet nice and narrow. We'll start with the right arm or a leg. Whether you're seated or standing, you can take it together. Here we go. Big stretch forward with the right side. Good. And then scoop everything in. side. Good. You can do an arm and a leg together if you're not holding a bar. One more on the right side. Big stretch, big reach forward. Maybe lift your chest. Good. And then scoop everything in. Good. So right here, feel your weight on both feet. As we switch sides, you might need to switch what bar you're holding with your hand. Whatever keeps you stable. We'll take it to the left side. Left arm or leg or both. Big stretch, reach forward. Good. And then scoop everything in. Just one more, nice and easy right here. Big stretch, big reach forward. Maybe lift your chest, use your eyes. Good, scoop everything in through center. And then just take a nice big stretch like a rainbow, up and over your head with one arm. Good, nice and easy, come back through center. And then take it to the other side, up and over like a big rainbow. And then back up through center. Beautiful. So those are our tendus. So the next and final little warm-up exercise we'll do with our ballet moves is going to be a dégagé. And that's the same thing as a tendu. That's the move we just did. It just reaches a little bit further. So that might mean that your leg comes off the ground, right? This was our tendu, and then we're stretching a little bit more. It might just mean in your brain, you're imagining your leg stretching further. You can also let your leg bend a little bit with this. So you can take it into a little march lift. And right, if you're seated, you can feel this in your legs in your chair as well. Same idea with the arm. You can brush it a little higher if you want to do it this way. So we'll do the same exact pattern. Let's take 4 on the right side and then 4 on the left side. We'll take it a little faster. Same exact idea. It can be a march. It can be a lift. You're just thinking that you're stretching a little bit further this time. So we'll start with the right side, arm or leg. Here we go. Big stretch, big tendu. Maybe lifts off the ground. Good, and then bring it back in, little balance challenge. Again, one more here. Big stretch, big reach. Scooping it in. Good, and just find that center right away to the left side. Again, however you want to feel this. Reaching your left leg, maybe it's a little march or a bend in the knee. Good, and then scooping yourself, really feel tall as you stand on 2 feet. Again, one more time to the left side, big stretch, big reach. Good, and then standing up through center one more time, or big rainbow stretch, up and over with the right arm. Beautiful. Back up through center and then again up and over to the left side. Good. And then back up through center. Beautiful. Amazing. Kathy, you looked great.
That was awesome, Sophia. It was such a great stretch, and you looked so beautiful doing it. And I felt like the most uncoordinated. And I thought back to when they asked me to not do ballet anymore, but to go into gymnastics. And I was like, why? And they're like, no reason. And now I really understand.
I was the opposite. I started in gymnastics and they told me to go be a ballerina. So we're opposites.
Yes, obviously you are very graceful. So we'll start with, that was a great warm up. So a couple of things I'm going to show seated and standing the same. So what I want you to do is you're going to do it, Sophia, with no weights. I'm going to grab light weights. Okay. Yep. So what we're going to do is some of the favorite things. So before we do some other moves that are strength moves, I like to do a little bit of cardio things. So whether you're seated or standing, we can still do cardio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my light weights. For you, I just want you to have no weights, okay? So I'm going to stand and I'm going to give some jabs, okay? So when I give jabs, I want you to focus on, all you're doing is quick jabs. And it's not just reaching out all the way, extending. So quick recoil back. I want you to use your abs. They're pulled in tight, belly button's pulled in, and you're using the glutes. It's not just arms. So you really want to focus on getting the most out of this cardio. So your hands are up. So I'm using light weights. You're going to use no weights. I'm also going to be seated when I do it. You're going to be standing. So you don't have to use weights to feel this. I'm going to seat now. When I'm going to stand wide because my platform wants to be wide, and I'm also not going to sit against my chair because I want my core engaged. So I'm going to sit up with my back nice and straight and my abs pulled in. Okay, so we're going to time this. Sophia, we're going to go 20 seconds. Okay, so 20 seconds on. And I always tell clients, if there's any pain in this, I want you to stop. So we go and we rock it out, but if any pain, stop. Okay, So we're gonna jab for 20 seconds. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, and go. So you're coming, good. I'm wide, I'm seated, my abs are pulled in. Very good, Sophia. Breathe, never hold your breath. We've got less than 10 seconds left. Good, you're twisting. Notice I'm not fully extending. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Breathe, shoulders back, shake it out a little bit. Feeling already the heart starting to come up, heart race starting to beat faster. Feeling good. I always give a little bit of a break. Grab a sip of water if you need it. So then the next one, Sophia, we're gonna do our uppercuts. So if I'm seated, I'm gonna do my uppercuts. I want you here and I want you like this. So again, my base is wide, my legs are gonna be wide. I'm not gonna sit back because then I'm not engaging my abdominals. So I'm gonna sit up, shoulders are back is strong. When I'm doing the uppercuts, I'm not just flailing my arms, right? So I'm strong and I'm gonna give little uppercuts. And again, we're gonna go 20 seconds. Ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. So on your mark, get set, go. Here we go. So you're breathing, your abs are engaged, and this is your cardio time. So I want you to really focus on that. You're breathing, you got less than 10 seconds. Nice. All right, we've got less than 5. You're almost there. 2, 1, and break. Good. So now normally in class, what I would do is have you do one more set of jabs, one more set of uppercuts, and then I may let you choose which one you want to do for the final. Okay, so that is one of the ones that we do a lot. And giving back clients, especially our autoimmune world, something that they did before, but back again, that we can do cardio standing or seated. So the next one we're going to do is, this is where I want you to put the band around above your knee, okay? So it'll go above your knee, and we're both going to sit down for this one, okay? So this is called an abduction. So for the clients that have a hard time putting the band on, I would say to use another band to help you. So use something like this to grab your foot up, or a towel, something that'll help you get your foot up. I would suggest never standing to put the band on your own if your balance is bad. So what I want you to do with the abduction, I'm going to move my camera down a little bit because I want you to see I'm here. Again, this time you can put your back all the way back, that's fine. What I want you to think about doing is we're going to hold a contraction, okay? We're going to do 10 of these. Your feet are planted on the ground, and I want you to give me 10. So the abduction is you're going to push out with your outer glutes here, not your hips, for a count of 3, okay? So here we go. Ready? 3 and 1. Out, push out. 1, 2, 3, and back in. Number 2, push out, strong back. 1, 2, 3, and in. Number 3, big breath, breathing while you do it. Push out as far as you can, and then in. 4, push out. 1, 2, 3, holding that contraction, and then in. Now notice your band. You want to have a band that you feel the resistance, but not so much so that you're feeling pain in the hip. Make sense? All right, so let's go on to number 5. We're at that halfway point. Push out, big breath, exhale, and then inhale as it comes in. Number 6, we're going to push out again. Good, good. Out, and then bring it in. Good, we're already on number 7. So pushing out, and 3, and then in. 8, bring it out, and then back in. 2 more. Push out, squeeze out, feeling it in the outer thighs, and then in. All right, let's do one more. Bring it out, squeeze, 2, 3, and in. So those are abductions. So for now, we're gonna take the band off. So the next one we're gonna do is, Sophia, we're gonna do a standing and a seated. We're gonna work a twist. So this is an oblique twist. So standing, what it would look like for the clients that can stand is I would have you make sure that you're able to come up, so your hands are behind your head. What I'm gonna have you do is twist over, so your hands here, twist over and really feel it in the obliques. Now notice when you do that, my chin's not coming down. I'm twisting, feeling it in the obliques as I raise my knee up. So I'm gonna do, normally I would do 10 on one side and come down. So for sake of time, let's do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. I'm gonna do it seated. So if you're seated, what you would do is you would do the same thing, except what it would look like is you're here and you're gonna lift the knee up and opposite knee, opposite side. So I'm twisting, still pulling my abs in tight and feeling it in my core. I know I'm getting a core exercise. So we're gonna breathe. Let's start, elbows stay wide, chin is up. And here we go. Let's start with the right leg up. 1, big breath out. 2, 3, and up. 2, 2, 3, and up. 3, 2, 3, and up. 4, twist, 2, 3, up. And 5, 2, 3, and up. Good. Shake out the arms if they feel a little tight. Good. So now we're going to do the other side. So again, if this knee doesn't want to lift, I just want you to pretend it's lifting. Focus on it's lifting and twist. Okay. So here we go. Number 1, twist the other side. Same thing. So you're crunching down, you're hollowing down. 2, big breath. 1, 2, good. 3, 1, 2, good, Sophia. 4, big breath. 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2. Very good. So those are 3 exercises we often do when we're doing sessions. So Sophia, you are on. What are our next ballet moves? Go ahead and explain to our audience.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. That was great. I'm working up a sweat over here. Great. So the next move we're going to do, we usually refer to as a rond de jambe. These are all French ballet terms. But basically, it's the idea of drawing circles in space with some part of your body. I usually like to demonstrate in the upper body and the arms because it's easy to feel. So that's what we're going to do today. But know that in a class, this is where you get to be creative and kind of take it in whatever body part you want. So we're going to start with our right arm again. We're going to do one side then the other, and we're going to draw 5 circles total. So they're all going to progressively get a little bit bigger. So in ballet, we usually hold our arms in like a semi half circle position. So you can feel that if it's comfortable for you. Your arm can be straight too. We're drawing circles around the right side of our body. So the arm is going to stay really low first. Think like drawing on the tip of if you're standing in a body of water. So again, seated or standing, we can do this however we want. It's all in the upper body. So you'll use your arm. Just imagine your fingertips are like dragging across a pool if you're standing in it, and it can go as far back as comfortable. Good. And then just a little bit higher, think right above your belly button. Well, like you're opening a curtain. Again, it can stretch as far back as you have the range of motion. The last one is going to come all the way up over your head and then open out to the side. Good. So those are our first 3 circles. Then the last 2 are going to be even bigger. This is where you get to kind of warm up your chest and your upper back. So you can really bend. You can bend in your legs if you're standing. Your arm is going to kind of curve in front of you and then all the way up overhead. And then it's going to reach back, really open your chest. Feel this big stretch as you reach behind you. Good. And then the last circle is going to go in the opposite direction, right? So practicing some motor skills here. Your arm is going to reach back behind you first, up overhead, and then your chest can curve. You can kind of arch and curve as you roll back up through center. So those are our 5 circles. So progressively getting bigger. Again, you can hold a bar with the other hand. You can be seated for this, whatever is stable. You can let your head kind of circle with if that's comfortable. If that throws off your balance, keep your head forward and just let the arm move around your spine. So whatever is safe for you in this position, it can be as small or as big as you want. We'll do the right arm and then we'll do the exact same pattern on the left arm. So wherever your feet want to
Yeah, I'll do it seated, okay?
That sounds perfect, Kathy. Awesome.
Okay.
So we'll start with the right arm. Here we go. Drawing our first circle nice and low. Really feel your back muscles, right? You're drawing on top of a body of water. Good. And then just keep it moving. We'll come right up above our belly button, like we're opening a curtain out to the side. Good. The last one for this section comes all the way up high overhead, like you're reaching up to the ceiling, and then open wide out to the side. Good. Now here come our really big ones. You can let your torso curve, reach big in front of you with your elbow. Beautiful, Kathy. And then stretch all the way up to the ceiling. Press and open your chest as your arm reaches behind you. Good. Now last one on the right side, reverse directions. Reach back and open your chest first. Up overhead, reach for the ceiling. Curve over to the left side. And then just let everything slowly come back up to a neutral spine. Good. So that was the right side. So again, if you're holding a bar, switch it out, shake it out. We'll do the same thing with the left hand. Alrighty, here we go. Starting with the low, low circle. Arm reaches forward. Really feel your back and shoulder muscles opening as you run your hands on a body of water. Good. Next one comes a little higher than your belly button and you pretend you're pressing open a door or a curtain out to the side. Good. Third one here comes all the way up overhead. Reach tall for the ceiling and then open out to the side of your body. Good. Here comes our big one where we curve our spine, reaching forward with your shoulder, all the way up overhead, and then press and open your chest like you're reaching behind you with a cape. Good. Now reverse that. You're brushing your cape back behind you, up overhead to the ceiling, big curve out to the side, and then rolling up through your spine. Beautiful. Awesome. For our next one, we're going to go a little more classical ballet just because it's fun. We're going to practice some classical arm positions. So you can just kind of follow along on this one with me. What I really want everyone to focus on is all of their back muscles. So instead of lifting your arms from your shoulders and the front, your biceps, imagine someone's has weights on your back. And because you're being pulled down through your back muscles, your arms just float up nice and easy. It's like when you were kids and you used to stand in the doorway and press your arms against the door and you'd walk away and then your arms would just float up. It's that same feeling. So you can just follow along with me for this one. I'm just going to kind of talk you through some ballet positions and we'll just practice these arm moves. So the first one is what we call first position. So again, imagine you're holding a beach ball, right? There's a little bend in your elbows. Yeah, hugging a big beach ball, our arms will start nice and low. And then they both float up nice and easy just above your belly button. This is our first position. Beautiful. And then now imagine that somebody is pressing and pulling from your elbows. So your arms just open nice and wide. They keep their curve. Now you're hugging a big tree. Good, beautiful. And then we're going to take one arm up high, just like we had. Keep that curve, right arm overhead. And you're going to let your left arm come in front of you. So you're feeling opposition. Beautiful. And then bring that left arm high to meet the right. So they're both overhead, framing your face. Good. And then just let them all fall down. You can shake it out for a second. We'll do the same thing with the left arm. So starting from the beginning, those are just some of our very classical ballet positions. Feel an open chest, feel how graceful you can be. So arms are low, bring them up to that first position right between your belly button and your chest. And then somebody from behind opens your back, opens your shoulders. Good. This time, left arm comes overhead and your right arm will cross in front of your belly button. Good. Yep. And then both arms up overhead. This is our high fifth position. Good. And then just let everything float down. Beautiful. Shake it out for a second. Really nice. Everyone looks graceful on a Zoom camera when we do that. Awesome. Okay, we have one more little exercise here, and this is our jumps. So we're not actually jumping off the ground, but I always like to demonstrate the feeling that people have when they're jumping. So if you're seated or standing, it's going to be a bounce in our torso. If you're standing, you can add a little bounce in your legs if that's safe and comfortable for you, but really kind of focus on the rebound of your torso. We're going to do a few little bounces and then find the imaginary suspension of a jump. So really, you can even close your eyes for a second and imagine what it would feel like if you were actually bouncing off the ground and then suspending into the air like a trampoline. So nice and easy, whether you're seated or standing, we'll find 4 bounces, and the 4th one is going to be that big suspension. We're going to reach our arms up to the ceiling. So it's going to look a little like 3 little bounces, and then on 4, we'll reach our arms up to the ceiling. You can lift your chest, and then as you exhale, imagine you're landing gracefully on the ground. We're just going to do that 4 times. So really use your imagination on this one. Really feel that stretch, and then feel like you're just very gently landing back on the ground. So we'll move a little faster on this one. Shake it out. Use your breath. Here we go. 3 bounces, and the 4th one goes tall. So we'll bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. You jump up to the ceiling. Good. And let everything fall down. Again, bounce 1, 2, 3, 4. You reach up tall. Good. 2 more just like that. 1, 2, 3, on 4, maybe use your eyes and reach, and then exhale as you land. Last set, bouncing, 2, 3, 4. Your biggest reach, maybe stay up here a little bit longer, and then land gently down to the ground. Good, beautiful. Shake it out. Kathy,
I like that.
Yeah,
That was great. Those were really good. Liked it. Very good. Okay, so now my 3 moves, we're going to work on some, so go ahead and grab your band. So a lighter band, we're going to work on tricep pull downs. So I'm going to grab a rubber band. So this one, what I want you to focus on is we're going to be pulling the tricep down. So what it looks like, I'm going to come down here so you can see me. You're going to put your hands in your band, so you've got yours tied. So your hands are going to look like this, okay? Here, and then what I want you to do is take your hand on the shoulder, okay? So you want to hold the shoulder. Now you're going to make a fist, okay? So you're going to activate the tricep. Again, seated or standing, it doesn't matter. Shoulders back, abs are in. And all I want you to do is come down and hold it as you activate the tricep. Again, it's that 3 count, and then slowly bring it up. Allow the band to do its work. So you want to use that resistance. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do 5 and 5 on one side rather than the 10, okay? So shoulders are back. I'm going to be kneeling on this one. So again, seated, kneeling, standing, either way. Shoulders are back. Again, you're here holding on to the shoulder, making sure you're watching that it's not slipping. Holding on, your fist is right into your ribs, you're facing your ribs, glutes are tight, and here we go. Number 1, come down, all the way, extend, hold it, 2, 3, and then slowly bring it up. Allow the tension to do what it's supposed to do. And number 2, breathe, come all the way down, do you feel the tricep? Mm-hmm. Good. And then slowly come up. That's 2. Good. Same thing. I want you to push that tricep. 1, 2, 3, and then slowly bring it up. As we do this, we're activating the tricep muscles. 3, 1, 2, 3, and then slowly bring it up. 4, same thing. Big breath. Squeeze, push down. 2, 3, and then slowly come up. Good. Last one, bring it down, squeeze down, hold it. 2, 3, and then slowly come up. Good. So you'll find your rhythm and the band that works for you. So typically when you purchase the bands that I send them, there's 5 different bands. There's light, extra light, medium, and heavy. So what I like clients to do is to see where they started. So let's say they started with a light band, and as we move on, take notes and see where's your band now, 2-3 weeks later. And I find it very exciting. So do they when they've gone to the next band. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get to the other arm. So again, now you're here. Now you're just putting your hand on the other shoulder. And you want to make sure that as you come down, you fully extend down and hold it. Because remember, your tricep is 2/3 of your arm, not the bicep. The tricep is. So we really want to make sure we're getting the tricep, not just getting legs for MS stuff, but we're really getting triceps as well and the upper body. So we all know we take some spills. So we take spills, like I had another client, finally he was able to get himself up. He had never been able to do that by using the strength that he now has in his upper body. So it's so crucial that our autoimmune world understands that it's more than just working out our legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So hands on the other shoulder. Our fist is right at our rib cage. And here we go with number 1. Big breath, come down, squeeze, 1, 2, 3, and then slowly back up. 2, come down, 1, 2, 3, and then slowly back up. Good. 3, come down, 1, 2, 3, and then slowly back up. Good, Sophia. Now Sophia does this next one. I'm going to show you something. You're going to come down. You go ahead and come down. And if you are more advanced, you can twist out. And that'll give you a little bit more on the tricep. And then slowly come up. So the next one will do the same thing. So you can see when I come down, I'm going to come down and then give it a little twist out. Feel that, Sophia?
Yeah.
And then slowly come up. Good. So that is called a tricep. Some people call it a push down or a pull down. So that is a great way to activate the triceps without being too, and I love the bands. I do use the weight sometimes, but I like the bands with our autoimmune world because it causes those lines, that lean muscle, and strengthens us without the dumbbells when our arms are not even and things like that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some biceps. Okay. So same thing with the band. So what I tell clients, we can both sit for this. So what I tell clients when they do this one is depending on your band. So let's say we're starting with the band and this band may be a really tight band, but the clients really want to do this. So you've got 2 options. Okay. So again, we're here again. So you can put your hand on your leg and then you can just pull up, and I want you to really squeeze the bicep. When you do that, shoulders are back, abs are in, you're breathing, everything else is relaxed. So a bicep curl should not ever have your whole body coming back, right? Because we're just focused on biceps. So you know the band is too tight if you're having to pull your back like that. So if it is, then I'd rather you hold the band up here tight and curl this way. Or hand on the leg, and then we're shoulders are back, and we're going to do 3 on one side, 3 on the other. Okay. Shoulders back, squeeze up to the top to the shoulder and squeeze the bicep. 2, 3, and slowly down. Abs are in, shoulders back. Number 2, big breath, come up and squeeze your bicep. 2, 3, and down. Last one on this side, up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 3, and down. Now your arms should be shaking. It should be taut enough that when you're squeezing the bicep, you want a little shake in it. All right, so now we're going to go to the other side. So same thing, hands here. So now we're going to put the other hand on the other leg. And now we're going to grab a fist and we're going to curl straight up. Here we go. Shoulders back. Number 1, come up, squeeze that bicep. 2, 3, and then slowly bring it down. And then number 2, breathe. 2, 3, and down. Last one, focus, where's your neck? You're moving your bicep. Go up, 2, 3, and then slowly bring it down. Very good. So one of the other things we do, Sophia, a lot is one of the big fears that we get, especially with MS, is that MS hug, which is not a hug. It's like a boa constrictor. So I'm going to have you, do you have a mat that you could lie down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to lie down for this. And so most of my clients can, or we do a seated version, which I'll show. So grab your mat, and I'm going to show you this next one. And this seems to be one of the favorites of my clients, because I always call it 2 for the price of 1. So with this one, what we're going to do is I'm going to make this shorter, so we're not taking too much time today with this. So what I want to do, Sophia, is we're going to do, like I said, usually we do 10 of each thing. We're going to make it shorter. We're going to do 3 of each. So what this looks like is our hands are here, our elbows stay wide, our chin stays up. So anytime you do a bridge lift, you want to make sure always that your heels are directly under your knees, okay? So we're gonna come up, 1, 2, down, and then I just want you to give me a crunch, elbows wide, and neck relaxed, blow out, and come down. So I want you to feel that right in the top half of your abs, okay? So we're gonna do 3 of these. Ready? Elbows back, chin is up. So let's go glute bridge lift, up, 1, 2, down. And now let's do our crunch. 1, 2, perfect. Now number 2, bridge lift. Squeeze the glutes, 1, 2, down. And then give me that crunch. Elbows wide and down. And last one for this, up, 1, 2, down. And then give me that crunch, blow out and down. So now this one, we're gonna do the same thing, Sophia. Bridge lift, but this time I want you to keep this arm on the ground as you come to the side. So now we're getting upper, mid, and our obliques, or otherwise the love handles. So we're gonna come up in the bridge lift, still the same, and then we're just gonna turn to the side, making sure our chin is up and our eyes are facing. Okay, so here we go, number 1 of 3. Bridge lift, 1, 2, down, twist, blow out, 1, 2. 2, bridge lift up, 1, 2, down, over, 1, 2. Good. Chin up, 3. Last one on this side, down, and then twist, 1, 2. Okay, take a break if you need to. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So I always tell clients, if they need to, straighten your legs out, hands overhead, and just give a stretch to the abs and the legs, let the blood come back in. And then we do the other side. So knees back up. Again, heels underneath the knees, elbows wide. I'm gonna turn around this way so you can see my head, so I'm not facing you. Okay, so here we go. Bridge lift, so up. 1, 2, and then we're coming to the other side. Other arm stays down. Now when we do any obliques, we always want to lead with the shoulder. 2, 1, 2, and then twist. Good. And last one. Come up, squeeze the glutes. 1, 2. That shoulder's on the ground, and we're twisting. Big blowout and down. And those are our abdominal ones. So that's lying down. And next time we're together, I will show you how to do that seated. So that was really fun to, I lost us, hold on. I don't know how to get this back. Ah, there we are. I almost lost us for good. Okay, so that is just something fun that we wanted to do for a while to combo this. And next time you might get a full-on workout from us. So enjoy this, do it over and over again. Get to know some of the moves. We've showed you some seated, standing things that you can do. Some warm up, and I know Sophia's got a lot more to show. So we will do this again, and it's really exciting. Sophia, I'm so glad to have met you and to work with you. You're a beautiful human being. I absolutely adore you.
Thank you so much. This is so wonderful. I love working with you. And I'm also a little bit in the fitness industry outside of this. So I love learning other fitness, and it's so hard when you do something that you're not used to. So it was awesome.
Oh yeah. Yes, for sure. So thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoys this on YouTube. Give us some feedback on both of ours. You can look at our Instagram. My Instagram is at MS Move It or Lose It, or you can go into, actually just stay with that one. And then where do you want them to find you?
Our Instagram is just at the Dancer Movement, so you can get everything on there.
Okay, so those are two Instagram. DM us, let us know what you liked about it, what you'd like to see more of, and we'd love to be able to meet those needs. Have a great day, guys. See you later.